the streets of New York City is DJ Elf 7.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Actually the Greater Chamber of Commerce of New York, and I'm actually excited because this is a groundbreaking story right here. So first of all, I'm going to cover who are you guys? Can you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
First of all, I'm Mark Jaffe, president of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, and this is my good friend and a passionate advocate for everybody. He started with the Hispanic community. Frank Garcia is the chairman of the Multicultural Business Coalition.
The reason why we're here today is to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that we've had as ethnic chambers or immigrant businesses right now. The issue with the mayor for us is that he's trying to compete with our own members. Our members cannot compete with someone that's going to create these neighborhood grocery stores and not pay rent, not pay taxes, no insurance. They're even going to get waivers for labor and for others.
The stores are intended to operate without a profit motive and would be exempt from rent and property taxes. Now, those savings would then be passed on to customers to make basic items like eggs and bread more affordable.
At our stores, eggs will be cheaper, bread will be cheaper. Grocery shopping will no longer be an unsolvable equation.
All our supermarkets, most of them are union. So how are you going to hurt union supermarkets and that are ethnic supermarkets that are Korean, that are Latino, that are Indian, and are creating millions and millions of good paying jobs? To eliminate it just to make a campaign promise, to me, is not what he said. He said he was going to bring down the cost. There's other ways that we could bring down the cost. We created a group purchasing organization, the first minority one, to buy directly from farmers in Latin America and the Caribbean. Trump was talking a lot about how can we create opportunities for people that don't have a voice. His daughter started this program, and I'm continuing and getting the major corporations. In December, we're going to Colombia to create the first trade mission to help directly with no middleman and bring down the cost. Those are solutions that the mayor should be working with us. He will not meet with us. With this program that we're doing in Friday's press conference, our focus is to give a voice to the supermarkets that the mayor has bulldozed this proposal with no community involvement. He has not support the ethnic community that he said that we voted for him. My people voted for him, unfortunately, and now he's showing his true colors. This supermarket that they're proposing is where my grandfather started the first Puerto Rican bodega in the 1950s. He was head of the Latin Grocery Association. He must be rolling on his grave right now for them to put this in our sacred ground, being Puerto Rican, in the Marqueta, where the first Puerto Ricans came. That's an immigrant area. And for him to do that, just hurting the Mexican businesses that now are in that area and not going to them first, to us is a concern.
I do have another question. There's probably a lot of people who hear about the city grocery store and they think that it's a way to help the poor. What do you think are some of the most common misconceptions about this whole entire project?
Well, first, and Frank has heard from his people, we've heard from a number of people, from the size of John Castamatidis grocery stores all the way down to the individual. One of our members, Ruben Luna, owns 18 key food stores. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He started with one, worked his way up. We've spoken to him. He's a member of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, and he's going to support this rally because he knows that when the city spends $30 million, and that's way too much to open a grocery store, nobody would spend that kind of money. And these are people in the business, and they have to go through all the obstacles and barriers that the city presents. So something's wrong with the number of dollars being spent, and as Frank mentioned, they're tax dollars. So why would you not incentivize successful business owners that are feeding these areas now instead of trying to crush their back and compete with them? I don't believe anybody involved with this endeavor, if they were spending their own money, would do it this way. It's totally wrong, and it probably will never open up. And if it does, what a shame.
They already tried this in Kansas City 4 times, and finally they gave it to a Hispanic owner to run it, and they're having issues. So if it didn't work in Kansas City, it didn't work in Cuba. This socialist type of environment is not good for our businesses. When my grandfather started the first Puerto Rican bodega, he wanted a dream for all of us to be able to do more than him. For what they're doing right now, hurting the local immigrant supermarkets. When he said he wanted to help minority businesses, when he wanted to be a voice for us, what he's doing is bullying us and not allowing us to have a voice. And on Friday, we will have a loud voice with our members. We are inviting the Korean business community. We're inviting all my Chinese counterparts. This is the first time that publicly we all come together. Hopefully, after this press conference, he will sit down with us. Supposedly, we met with the speaker on Friday. She owned a small mom and pop grocery store, so she understands the margins are very small.
As the president of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, the same thing Frank's hearing from his broad coalition. And we have many members in common. We were selected by the Small Business Administration as one of the top 10 business groups in the United States. Why? Because our focus is on the entrepreneur, the startup, and the small business. And they need our help. And this opening of a supermarket, way overpriced. Obviously, nobody involved with this knows how to run a supermarket, or you would not be spending that much money. I want to talk to the mayor about small businesses. He needs to learn from people that are champions of small businesses, and that's what the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce has built its reputation on. We have thousands of dues-paying members and a broad coalition of over 30,000 business and civic leaders.
I mean, this is not the first bad policy. Bloomberg tried to give us 1% of the contracts to Hispanics, Asians 0, and we sued Bloomberg, and now there's 35% for minorities. Also the soda bill, when Bloomberg tried to go against the soda, we sued and won for that with the Korean Grocery Association. I'm proud of that fight. I'm proud that I was able to defeat City Hall, and we will defeat them again. We're prepared to sue if we need to. We're ready to go.
Now it's on to stop supermarkets being run by the government. They should subsidize the successful business owners and entrepreneurs and give incentives to the hardworking taxpayers providing W-2 jobs. Let's get it right. We believe in capitalism, we believe in democracy, and we believe that you need to hear the people. I would sit down with the broad coalition and let's come to a resolution and not waste the tax dollars.
If I could maybe also just chip in a couple of things. First of all, the longest one with incarcerated man in New York State history. His name is Otis Johnson, and the fact of the matter is that I understand where there's a lot of young people who are not happy with capitalism. I understand it, but I'm going to tell you right now that the problem with socialism, okay, I'm not saying it's all bad, but the thing is that when the same people are holding the system accountable that delivered the system, you have a real problem there. These people cannot hold themselves accountable. So what happens is that you have overwhelming corruption, and if we take a look at the case of Otis Johnson, you can see his case not being heard. If you look at NYC, people are dying, and NYC is regularly deemed to be the worst landlord in New York City. What do you think is going to happen with the food?
Miss you so much. 3 years feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, he was
But we got this.
There he is. There you go.
Gavin. We got this.
We love you, Gavin. Happy birthday.
Take the paper though.
We love you, Gavin.
Happy birthday,
We love you, Gavin.
That I've been active for 30 years, and what you guys have put together is extremely impressive. I've seen the flyer, how many organizations are coming out, and you already have the ones. I know about the soda tax thing, and I thought that was a great job, and you have other ones such as the FIFA thing. What can people do to, improve this issue? You guys have a website, or how can they, maybe
The Greater New York Chamber, our multicultural chamber, we have the National Association of Latino State Chambers. I'm still the chairman until December. We're ready to work with anybody that wants to work with us. We started with 6 chambers, we're up to 50. We have another 20 that wants to join us. Our African American counterparts are part of this. Our Asian counterparts. It's the first time we all come together.
We are hosting a public rally outside the steps of City Hall on Friday, May 29th. You can show up at 1:15 and you can be part of history. You can also, if you have any questions, just email us info@chamber.nyc. And if you want to write a letter, we can bring it in, because after this rally on the steps of City Hall, we're going to be able to go into City Hall, and your letters, we compile them up, so you can email those letters to info@chamber.nyc. So if you have any questions about the May 29th rally, just write, tell me more about it, we'll send you the flyer, info@chamber.nyc.
The city has pumped millions of tax dollars into the grocery store to make it work. The store is scheduled to reopen with a new operator in April.
The history of problems here dates back several years. In 2018, then 17-year-old Santavian Metcalf shot 2 people inside the store.
Community builders and Midtown grocers are now suing their landlord, the city of Kansas City. The suit claims the city ignored issues like pervasive shoplifting, violence, drugs, and even a naked woman running through the store.